Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on a Smallet. A lot of people asked to do a ton of tutorials, so comment them down below because I lost the paper. Don't know what I did with it, so comment down below some tutorials you guys want to see, but I remembered this one. So the Smallet will have no photo over lines and a clear tape seam with this layout. I really like it. I'm really happy with how my Smallets turn out, so hopefully you guys like it as well. So I'm going to be teaching you guys how to make this. So the supplies you're going to need are X-Acto knife. I like this one by Fiskars. Some scissors. I like these. They're the Fiskars Deck Edition. And a ruler. Mine is Fiskars. Apparently I like Fiskars. ID plastic, I use top loader. I use a few different plastics, but for this I'm going to be using top loader, and this needs to be 3 3/4 at least by 2 1/4. 3 rolls of tape. 3 is optional. You can use 2 or you can't even use 1, but I like using 3. A cutting mat, and optional things are some washi tape. You guys will see what I do with it. Some little scotch tape and a post-it note. Clear and gray. I'm going to take my solid color. If you're using a prism, I recommend using the solid color that you plan to use. And I'm going to cut 2 pieces that are 6 inches. Now the post-it is what I use to put my scraps on. You can use a scrap ball if you have it. So now that you have your 2 pieces of your solid color, you're going to stack them to be 3 3/4 inches tall. Once you've done that, just flip it over and cover the whole backside with clear tape. This is also optional. You can have a card. I like using a card for air bubbles, but I like taking the clear tape. As you guys can see, like, it's just laying there. I like pressing the clear tape down because it makes everything just so much smoother. Now you're going to take your ruler and cut off the excess clear tape if you have any. If you cut it exactly to be 6 inches, then don't worry about it. So that is what you have so far. Now I'm going to take my pattern tape and I'm going to make it, some people actually cover the whole back side with their pattern tape instead of the clear tape, but I don't like doing that. It just wastes tape for me, so I always just do this. So what you're going to do is just put it vertical, and you're going to lay the tape down right in the middle. It doesn't have to be perfect. Now you're just going to cut off the excess. Okay, so all of the rest is going to be in voiceover due to my dad walking in and interrupting. So what you're going to do next is you're going to take a piece of gray tape that is 3 3/4 and cut that in half. Once you have that done, you're going to take your pocket color. In my case, it is a prism, and prisms are a little bit harder to work with, but you're just going to lay the color that you're using for your pocket color on top, just overlapping the tape onto the gray tape just a little bit, and then peeling it up and adding clear tape to the back. Now you're going to take your pocket color yet again, and you're going to make 2 pieces that are 4 inches each, and you're going to stack that up to be 3 3/4 and add clear tape to the top half, but leave the bottom half sticky. So I wanted to mention really quickly, I do not show it how I do my trims on camera due to the fact that I use somebody else's method, so I didn't want to take credit or anything or act like I'm taking credit for it. So I will ask the person, and maybe in future tutorials I may do it, but for right now I didn't want to do that. I didn't feel comfortable with it, so yeah. Now what you're going to do is cut 2 pieces that are 4 inches and cut them in half. I did cut 3, but at the end of the video I did not use them all, so don't cut the 3rd piece. I was kind of an idiot and I did it, but don't cut it. So once you get done doing the very top part of the ID trim, you need to go ahead and clear tape that as soon as you get done with it. For the other part of the ID trim, you don't have to clear tape that right away, but for this one you do need to clear tape as soon as you get done. Now you're going to take your 3 3/4 inch pocket and your ID, and I did leave some sticky on the side so that I can fold the triangle. So what I'm going to do is flip over my ID and flip over my pocket so that the sticky is kind of touching my fingers, and then you're going to line up the end of the pocket with the end of the tape that is sticking off so that you still have some room to fold over the sticky to make the triangle. Making the triangle is really easy. You just flip up the ID and fold that piece of tape that you have sticking over onto itself up to the pocket, basically. Kind of hard to explain. I can do a tutorial on it if you guys need it, but if you are a experienced taper, you know how to do this, then go ahead and do it. But if you do need a tutorial, then comment down below. Now to clear tape your trims, you're just going to add the pocket or pockets onto an inch line and leave them an inch apart. I got this idea from Duck Diva Designs forever ago, and it's been my go-to. And as you can see, there are the tapes that I accidentally cut because I thought I needed them. But you're just going to put them an inch apart, and then you're going to put a piece of clear tape. You should have one piece of clear tape left, but you can just scrap that or find a way to use it in the wallet. Now what you're going to do is make your short pocket. What I do is I basically try to make another pocket, except for I don't clear tape the whole back. I make a piece that is 3 3/4 and I make a duplicate of that but with clear tape, and then I cut about probably, I think it's 1 1/4 inches tall whenever I cut the clear tape off. So cut that much clear tape off and then stack your pattern or pocket color, whatever you decide to use, on top of that. Then you're going to just put the piece that is 1 1/4 inches tall and you're going to put that on top, smooth out the clear tape, and fold it over onto itself. Now I took my washi tape and I just added a little piece to the top of that so that it would stay down while I'm putting on the car pockets. I put my ruler up to 3 1/2, I believe, and I stick a car pocket down and I lift up the piece actually, and that is how I get my car pockets straight, or try to get them straight. And then I just cut the bottom of that gray tape off and I stack it back again to the inch line, and then I add my short pocket. Now you're going to take the little scotch tape thing that I told you guys was very optional, but it does help a lot. I'm just going to take random pieces of that I think look about the car pocket size, and I'm going to cover the sticky with that. It does help on keeping your clear tape and making it last a lot longer because you don't have to use as much to cover sticky, and it really does help, so I do recommend it, but it is very optional. So I'm just going to cover the sticky in all of my car pockets. So I somehow lost the footage of me adding the ID to my pockets and stuff. So what you're going to do is you're just going to stack it up to be 3 1/2, just like you would your car pockets, and add your ID right to it. I did end up cutting a 1/4 of an inch off of the whole piece because it was a little bit too long for my preference. But right here I'm going to trim the side. I usually do a little bit less than 1/2 of an inch. And I'm just going to fold all of that tape over, and for the ID you cut right above the ID and fold it into the ID. A little bit hard to explain, but again, any further tutorials you guys need, just comment them down below and I'll be happy to do them. Or if you guys need help, then you can comment that down below and I will comment back to you guys as soon as I can. Now I'm going to trim down the back that I covered over to about 1/2 of an inch, and I'm going to take that piece that is excess and put it to the side because I will be using it later. And I'm just going to add clear tape right over, overlapping the trim just a little bit so that I do have some clear tape on the car pockets along with over the tape. As you guys could see, I went ahead and folded over the clear tape, and I'm just taking my card and running it over. When I did this, you guys can see that I tried to make the clear tape tight to the trim. That is very important because this clear tape seems to want to like peel up and wrinkle really easily. So Just FYI, and right here I'm going to clear tape the sticky and the ID on both ends, the top and the bottom. Now that you have that, you're going to take your piece that I told you guys to lay to the side. I just made sure right here that it fit my actual wallet, so I didn't have to cut another piece. And you're going to put your billfold color. In my case, I didn't want to use the prism because it would peel up and sound really weird when I open the billfold. So I'm just using my icy blue, and I'm going to overlap a little bit on the side just so that I can have some leverage. And you want to stack it up to be 4 inches tall, and I just clear taped a seam and got the air bubbles out. So if you did what I did, then you will want to cut off the excess tape that is on the sides. If you didn't do it, then just skip this step. And I made sure right here or around here that I could fit my actual wallet with that piece, and it did. But at the bottom underneath my card pockets where I stuck my short pocket on, it was really uneven, so I just cut a little bit off so that it would fit the wallet even better. Now I'm going to add my pattern tape to the outside. If it does line up, I lined it up, but mine, I would have to use like 4 or 5 strips, so I just decided not to line it up on the top. Still looks good on the outside, but I usually leave about 1 inch on the sides and about 1 inch or 1.5 inches on the bottom. Right here, as you guys can see, it only left not even half of an inch, but that was okay because it is going to be the same either way, so I just went ahead and left it like that. But mine did have some strings since the tape is old, but I just flip it over. And as you can see right there, like I had some weird strings. I don't know what's going on there, but I'm just going to cut in an angle and fold that over. And the bottom that has the more sticky will be what I fold over onto the card pocket so that I can trim it to whatever I want the length to be. Now you're going to line up your main piece with the card pockets with your billfold that you just made and fold over that piece of tape that you just had. Like I said, I used the one that had more tape so that I can cut it down to the size that I wanted it to be. I'm going to take some clear tape and just clear tape the sticky in the billfold. You don't have to do this, but I really like doing it because it just makes the wallet last a lot longer. Then you're going to fold everything over and cut to whatever trim you want it to be. I cut mine down to be a little bit less than half of an inch, but the sides I always cut to be half of an inch. You can cut right there where I was about to cut, but I just decided not to. It does help the wallet. It makes everything a lot straighter, so I just cut my sides down to be half of an inch. Whenever you're taking your ID and your card pockets out, it does stretch the tape, so I just decided that I was going to leave it at half of an inch, and I'm sorry I keep saying it's just I'm watching the video and trying to do a voiceover, so yeah. As you guys just seen, after I peel up the trim, I just cut that little piece of tape at the bottom off. Make sure that it is the piece that won't be folding into the billfold, because if you do that, it just won't turn out as good. Now you're going to take the pieces that will fold into the billfold and just fold them in like a triangle, and your wallet is almost done. Next, what you're going to do is take your clear tape. I'm using Scotch Ultra Clear like I said in the very beginning, and I'm going to clear tape the whole seam. Make sure that I don't miss anything, and right there was another string, and I'm going to just take it and I leave a little bit more than 1 inch on the side. I just like that. I don't know. I'm weird maybe, I don't know, but I like doing that for leverage. I'm a leverage type of gal, I guess. But I'm going to take my card and just run out the air bubbles and fold over the clear tape and cut that down. Now, if you have any washi tape, just peel that up and you can go ahead and cut your slits. And you guys have made your Smallet. I hope you guys liked this tutorial. I'm really bad at explaining things, so I hope you guys could get something out of this. If you did like the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I hope you guys liked it, and I will see you guys in my next video.